Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Pacific Rim Uprising. So I really like the first Pacific Rim film. I think it is a fun kaiju movie. One of the better kaiju movies that we have gotten over the past decade or so. So of course I was pretty excited to get a Pacific Rim sequel. I was hoping for a Pacific Rim sequel for some time now. But I got decidedly less excited when Guillermo del Toro was no longer attached as director. And then we got the trailers, which were fun. They were fine. They seemed like perfectly innocuous, big blockbuster type of fun. And now, having seen Pacific Rim Uprising, it's definitely a step down from the first, but not altogether unfun. So let's go ahead and start off with those positives. And the biggest positive for me personally was John Boyega. He kind of carries this film. I actually think it would be borderline unwatchable if we didn't have John Boyega's charm and just likability in the lead character here. While I find Charlie Hunnam to be very easy on the eyes, John Boyega does bring a whole nother level of charm and charisma to the lead in this film. I also do think that the special effects were fantastic. The monsters look amazing. The robots, or Jaegers, also look fantastic in this movie. So all of the visual effects look wonderful, and they should, because this film was given a $150 million production budget, which I think is a little bit insane, because I don't know how they expect to turn a profit off of it. But we'll see. However, at least it was money well spent because it was all just dazzling across the screen. I also really enjoyed that, other than Charlie Hunnam and Idris Elba for clear reasons, the entire cast is back here. All the characters that we grew to really enjoy return here, and they all do a very nice job, and I liked their rapport. Charlie Day gets to have a lot of fun, and you can tell he's having a lot of fun with his character. I also enjoyed the fact that we had a diverse cast here. We had a lot of different ethnicities involved, but we also had a pretty nice little ratio of male to females actually doing things. Part of the cadet classes, part of the Jaeger pilots, part of the heads in charge of things. It seemed like there was a nice mixture of who our heroes actually were, outside of, obviously, John Boyega being our main hero. In particular, amongst that diverse cast, I loved Jian Teng. I thought she was really good in the film, and actually her character really grew to be one of my favorite characters in the movie. I liked her character. She doesn't do anything spectacular, and the character itself isn't all that non-cliched, but I liked her. I gravitated toward her, and she turned out to be probably my favorite of all the characters. And I also did like the slight little twist. We pretty much forecast where the twist is going to go, and then it takes a slight diversion that I didn't see coming, but I really enjoyed, that I thought was much better than the twist I anticipated on its way. So kudos there for giving us a fun, organic, cool little twist in the film. As for the negatives, the main negative itself is in fact the exact same main negative of that first film. It's the script. This dialogue is horrible. I mean, the script itself is just kind of a mess. It jumps around all over the place. The speech patterns between the people just doesn't flow very well. And this one was injected with a whole lot more humor than the first one, about 70% of which wasn't very good. So there were some jokes that landed, but that first act in particular was it was pretty hard to sit through, actually, because it just started, one, so slowly, but two, just so quippy and full of these jokes that were not hitting. And in tandem with the script not being very good and jumping all over the place, the editing is also not very good. The directing style jumps all over the place, so everything is just all over the place. It's like, forecast what was happening next, and then just jump right into that scene. We don't get any good transition, we don't get any good development, and it leaves it all a little bit lacking. We have a character death in this film that really is supposed to be the emotional inspiration for our main character as well as kind of for the entire team. Unfortunately, that character's development in this film is not all that stellar, and we don't really know what took place with said character leading up to this film's events. And that character's connection to the rest of the cast here, in particular our main character, is developed a little bit, and I thought it worked okay, but it could have been so much more. And that's really the case with everybody here. The young girl who jumps on board and is a new recruit, we could have done so much more with her character. Even John Boyega's character, we could have done so much more. We could have delved so much deeper. But instead, we stay very surface level. We also get over the top outrageous by the end. I mean, to the point where we are jumping into the atmosphere with nothing to protect human beings from, virtual space. So it starts just going way overboard and over the top in ways that you're like, okay. What did I expect when you have giant robots fighting some big old monsters? But it still went a little bit out there with said expectations. And then the acting overall is just not great outside of John Boyega, and a couple of our supporting characters do okay. Scott Eastwood is a very handsome man. He is very good looking. He looks like he should be a movie star, but I think he might be better suited for modeling. He has the look of a model, and unfortunately he also has the line delivery of a model. I have yet to see him in something that I thought he is genuinely good in. At best, he's serviceable. And even playing the straight-laced military leader that doesn't require a whole lot of acting chops, I felt that he came up quite a bit short. And a lot of these kids, their line deliveries just were not up to par. So the background acting definitely didn't help with the script. It didn't elevate the already subpar material that was given. So overall, Pacific Rim Uprising is a definite step down from its predecessor. And that is unfortunate. I think that the whole style of it feels more bland. It doesn't feel as cool, as stylized. And ultimately, with the acting, with the script, with the lack of a clear style, it kind of feels like a more generic blockbuster film. But in saying that, the visuals are great, and there is fun to be had here. If you're looking for a big, dumb popcorn flick, I say give this a matinee. I don't think it's quite good enough for a full price even at that, but even if you're interested, if those trailers piqued a little bit of interest in you, the visuals alone at least deserve giving this a matinee or an early bird ticket price. You need to see it on the big screen if you're going to see it at all. So, that is my review of Pacific Rim Uprising. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below, and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on our latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see Pacific Rim Uprising? And what are your thoughts on the first Pacific Rim? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!